The moment your last breath leaves your body, the world falls silent, and something unseen pulls you gently out of time. Darkness doesn't feel empty. It feels ancient, dense with memories that are not only yours. A faint red glow appears ahead, pulsing slowly. You drift toward it without walking, as if your name has been whispered by the universe itself. Shapes form around you, then dissolve again. The first gate of the Duat rises from the void, carved with watching eyes that seem to move. They study you without blinking or mercy. The gate does not open to force or pleading. It opens because it recognizes what you truly are. Beneath every mask you wore in life, you step through, and the Duat unfolds like a dream turned inside out. Gold and indigo skies swirl above an impossible landscape of stars. The ground glows dimly under your feet, beating like a buried heart. Every step sends ripples through unseen layers of reality, echoing softly. Ahead, a river of starlight cuts through the darkness, flowing like liquid galaxies. Its surface reflects not your face, but your entire life. Silent ferrymen of mist and moonlight drift across the glowing current. One turns toward you, featureless, yet clearly aware of your presence. You step into the small boat without being asked. The water hums under you, vibrating with distant songs of creation and forgotten prayers. The boat glides forward with no oars, guided by currents made of memory. Shores of dark stone drift past, covered in shifting shadow creatures. Lion-headed, crocodile-jawed guardians watch from the banks, sniffing the air around your soul. They measure not your fear, but your honesty. Finding no deception that belongs to this place, they withdraw into the gloom. The river turns and carries you deeper into the unseen. A cavern opens ahead, lit by blue celestial fire licking across the high ceiling. Above you, an enormous scarab pushes a blazing sun. Tizis Kepri, the morning form of Ra, dragging the solar disk through the underworld sky. Every shelf sends sparks cascading like tiny stars. Fragments of your life flare around you in response, moments of joy, cruelty, kindness, failure each, burning for a heartbeat, then fading. The boat leaves the cavern and glides into a desert made of black glass. Razor-sharp dunes glimmer under a starless vault of darkness. You have entered the Valley of Knives, where the winds cut like whispered accusations. Each gust feels like a memory, trying to wound you. Shadows detach from the cliffs and gather around you, wearing the shapes of your most persistent fears. They circle, whispering your old doubts. You feel the familiar urge to turn away, to argue, to explain. Instead, you take a step forward, acknowledging every fear without running. One by one, the shadows crumble into dust, defeated not by force but by acceptance. The valley quiets, and the wind softens around you. The landscape shifts to the Plateau of Echoes, where the sky is dark but full of faint reflections. Each step you take rings like a bell. Voices answer from somewhere behind you, ancestors, strangers, possibly other versions of yourself. They do not judge. They simply remember. Ahead, the second gate stands guarded by twin falcon-headed spirits. Their eyes shine brighter than the stars, cutting through every illusion. They see your intentions more clearly than you ever did. When they find no hidden desire to flee the truth, they step aside without a word. Beyond them, a corridor of floating starlight stretches into the distance. Transparent memories walk beside you like ghostly companions. Moments you tried to forget drift past, refusing to vanish. You realize the Duat is not punishing you. It is refusing to lie for you. The path empties into the river of shadows, its surface black and perfectly still. It reflects not your body, but your inner landscape. You see the person you believed yourself to be, and the person you really were, standing side by side. Neither looks away from the other. A bridge made of pale light rises from the river, delicate yet unbreakable. You cross it, feeling your excuses fall away like ash. On the far side lies the field of mirrors, an endless plain covered in glowing panels of glass. Each mirror shows a different possible you. One reflects the life you lived. Others reveal lives you almost chose, paths abandoned, love refused, courage never used. None of them judge you. You understand something terrifying and comforting at once. Your soul was always bigger than any one story you told about yourself. Windstorms carved from ancient voices sweep across the plain, pulling you toward a cluster of swirling tunnels. They hum with layered harmonies. You step into one, and the sound wraps around you like water. Lost souls drift by, fragmented, still clinging to the stories that broke them. The tunnel opens onto the fourth gate, guarded by 3 jackal-headed warriors holding staffs of blazing gold. Their presence is heavy, absolute. Your heartbeat slows as you draw near, matching the rhythm of their silent vigilance. They bow slightly, recognizing your willingness to continue. You cross a bridge of deep blue stone over a void lit by purple flames. The flames rise and fall like the breathing of something enormous. At the end, the 5th gate appears shaped like a lotus in bloom. As it opens, the air fills with the smell of rain on warm earth. You enter the Garden of Rebirth, where plants glow softly and their leaves sing faint melodies. Every color seems deeper than any you knew alive. A small spring bubbles nearby, its water shining like liquid moonlight. You drink, and the tightness in your chest loosens as clarity settles in. Beyond the garden stands the Temple of Night, its walls alive with moving murals. You watch Ra's solar boat sail across a sea of darkness. Apep, the serpent of chaos, rises again and again, trying to swallow the sun, yet each time the boat pushes through. Dawn is not guaranteed. It is earned. Stepping out of the temple, you enter the chamber of forgotten kings. Ghostly pharaohs stand in silent ranks, their crowns shimmering like fading embers. They do not command you or promise salvation. They watch, their stillness a reminder that power, too, is only a story that ends. A golden staircase spirals upward into drifting clouds of luminous dust. You climb, feeling lighter with every step, as if gravity is reconsidering you. At the top floats the 6th gate, carved into a hovering slab of dark stone. It cracks open into a room filled with glowing hieroglyphs. Symbols drift through the air like fireflies, rearranging themselves into phrases no living scribe has seen. You sense they are not spells, but insights. Leaving the chamber, you walk along a narrow sand bridge suspended over nothing. Each grain sparkles with faint pieces of ancient dreams. You arrive in the chamber of unspoken truths. Here, your own voice rises from the walls, calmly confessing what you never dared to admit. Shame washes through you, but does not drown you. The room is not interested in punishment, only in finishing unfinished sentences. The 7th gate appears as a curtain of living mist. You breathe out, and it parts. You breathe in, and step through. A desert of silver dunes stretches under a sky of slow-moving stars. Your footsteps glow briefly, leaving constellations behind you that slowly fade. Giant obelisks rise from the sand, inscribed with the stories of other souls. Some are simple, some are tangled. All of them are complete. You reach the Oasis of Starlight, a pool so still it looks like a hole punched into the universe. The surface shows not your past, but your potential. You drink and feel yourself settling into a truer, shapeless, defended, more whole. The water tastes like relief and possibility. The 8th gate appears ahead, shaped like a falcon's wing caught mid-flight. It opens upward, pulling stray starlight into elegant spirals. Inside waits the chamber of celestial Wayne, a rehearsal for the final judgment. Your memories rise around you like planets in slow orbit. Each memory finds its place, neither hidden nor exaggerated. You are not asked to be flawless, only to be honest. A path of floating stones extends toward the 9th gate. Beings made entirely of sound stand there, their forms vibrating with layered tones. They harmonize, and reality hums in response. The gate dissolves into shining dust, revealing a field of towering statues ahead. Each statue gazes upward in eternal longing, carved in the moment just before surrender. As you walk past, cracks appear across their surfaces. The statues crumble into streams of light, rising into the sky. Human hunger for immortality transforms back into simple starlight. Ahead flows the River of Radiance, its golden current, warm and slow. You wade through, feeling every remaining burden wash away like smoke. On the far bank, the 10th gate stands carved in luminous jade, shimmering with symbols describing the journey from ordinary soul to Arc. You step into the chamber of eternal choice, where countless paths unfold invisibly around you. No voice tells you what to choose. You choose truth, not because you are forced, but because you finally want nothing else. Light floods the chamber, recognizing your decision. An emerald valley opens before you, bathed in gentle sunlight that never burns. The air smells like harvest, river water, and fresh beginnings. At the far end rises the 11th gate, wrapped in violet fire. As you approach, the flames draw back like curtains in a dark theater. Inside is the chamber of cosmic memory, where stars, cities, and entire ages drift by as glowing fragments. History feels as fragile as breath. You see how many times worlds have ended and begun. Your own life becomes one bright thread woven into a tapestry too vast to fully grasp. A final shimmering path leads to the 12th gate. It opens without sound, revealing the immense hall of matte, radiant and terrifyingly clear. Blue-white flames hover above polished floorstones. The gods stand watching, each an embodiment of some aspect of truth you can now feel directly. Thoth stands near a great scroll, ready to record. Anubis approaches, carrying the golden scale with infinite patience and no anger. On one side lies the feather of Maat, glowing with weightless perfection. On the other, your heart appears, heavy with everything it has carried. Anubis places your heart gently on the scale. Silence deepens until you can hear the shifting of your own thoughts. Memories rise and fall within you, cruelty, tenderness, apathy, courage each. One tugging at the balance. Nothing is edited. Nothing is hidden. The scale trembles, but does not crash downward. Slowly, almost shyly, your heart rises until it rests, level with the feather. The hall exhales. Balance has been reached, not perfection balance. A warm wind moves through the chamber as Osiris raises his hand. Behind him, gates open onto the field of reeds, glowing beneath a clear and endless sky. You step forward into golden wheat swaying gently. Rivers of soft bronze light flow between green banks. Souls work, rest, laugh, and reunite with those they thought lost forever. There's no crown here, no throne, no spotlight. Paradise feels strangely simple, like a day that finally never has to end. You understand, this is not a prize handed to you, but a reflection of the balance you forged through truth. The Duat begins to fade behind you like a dream at sunrise. The River of Stars rises back into the heavens above. The Halofma shrinks to a bright point in the distance, then disappears. Warmth fills every part of your being. Your edges blur as you rise with the sun, joining Ra's eternal voyage across the sky. Neither ruler nor servant, just necessary light. Your soul becomes a quiet spark of balance woven into the fabric of the cosmos. The journey ends, and in the same breath, begins again. Somewhere beyond language, the universe speaks a final truth that needs no translation. Balance is eternal, and now, you are part of it.